I've been along the ride of Cobra Kai since the beginning. I enjoyed it when it was on YouTube. I thought they were excellent. Then obviously they got bought by Netflix. And then we've had subsequent seasons. And now we have the final season starting. They're not going to be dropping it like they used to. They're splitting it in two halves. They keep doing this now. It seems to be their new pattern. So we get part 1 and part 2. And I believe there's a movie coming to complete it all. The first 5 episodes of part 1 are interesting because you kind of have to sit through episode 1 just to get back into the story, because the first episode is just like an introduction, poster shots upon poster shots of characters being reintroduced because we have so many main protagonists now. Is this worth getting into again, even if you've been along the ride? Let's talk about it. With Cobra Kai eliminated from the valley, our students and senseis must decide if and how they will compete in the Sekai Taikai, the World Championships of Karate. So as I mentioned in the first episodes, it was a little tough and quite cheesy. I mean, it's always been cheesy, but it was tough to watch these characters we've seen before. We've had to wait a while being reintroduced, and I understand that's kind of what they're doing, like, remember when, do you remember this, do you remember that? And I just keep remembering the grapes from South Park. I remember.
Yeah, I remember that.
It's basically a member episode. So once you get into episode 2, that's where the story starts, and for me the main story is what the villains are up to. We see that they are preparing to go to the Sekai Taikai tournament. If you've seen the trailer or the arc, I don't think that's like a spoiler at all. It's just we have to have some bad guys there to make the story interesting. And so for me, that's the most interesting part of these first 5 episodes. That's because what's going on at home is very cheesy. Some relationships are mending. Some of the fights I thought were just not great at all. Even from the youngsters, weird roundhouses that looked half-baked, characters that just don't look like they have the energy that they used to from previous seasons. I was very disappointed in the first 3 episodes. It's episode 4 and 5 where we concentrate more on what's to come, what's going to happen, setting up interactions. It's the backstories of the bad guys that we are given through good flashbacks that are interesting. But I would say that the fighting sequences have been lackluster compared to what we've usually had in that top quality. I don't know whether it's the choreography or whether the actual youngsters are getting tired. And the adults have always been fine in the fighting. I just want to go back to kind of watching the Karate Kid. So I have to say I'm a little bit worried about how this is going to finish, or why they're feeling like they're tired. The filming and all the acting is fine. It is what it is. You know, we've never had amazing top-notch acting, but it's always been the kind of cheesiness that we love from that original story, the concept that they've brought through these many seasons. And we've gone up and down on who's dating who, who's enemies with who's going to have spiked hair, who's not going to have spiked hair. And this season, it's definitely all of those people kind of were enemies in the kids are now all friends under one banner. And now we're going to go overseas for our enemies. And we're gearing up towards what Miyagi Dojo should have always been. That's been a long time coming. And then the Sekai Taikai is going to be ending, you know, where we showcase what they can do with a few surprises along the way. Otherwise, it wouldn't be that fun. So it's more of the same. I think they should have dropped the whole thing together. I don't think splitting it up was a smart idea at all, especially for where it ends. I had some fun with it, but so far I've enjoyed previous seasons much more. Let me know your thoughts and feelings. Did you love it? Do you think I missed something here? I don't think I did, but I think it was, you know, it's fun to watch them, and I'm invested in the characters so far up to now because I've watched all previous seasons. Do I think it's great? No, I don't. But I'm looking forward to sort of tentatively how they're going to finish it. Won't be giving a rating yet because obviously it's only half and then we're still getting a film. So let me know your thoughts if you've been invested this whole time, because I doubt you're coming to watch a review for something that you're just about to jump into, because that'd be silly, or hating this series and then you're watching season 6 still. I think if you're invested so far, you're going to watch it regardless. But is it everything I hoped it was going to be? No. So Here's hoping that it gets better with the subsequent episodes. It's not terrible. It's just I felt like it could have been better. Thanks so much for watching, but most of all, until next time, remember, live long and Tuesday.